Hey, welcome back to The Average Kitchen. Today we've got the brand new, the Ninja Wood-Fired Outdoor Oven. Super excited about this. We pre-ordered it. It just arrived. Brand new product for Ninja. It is a beast. We are outside in my new pool cabana that's not finished being constructed. My island is awaiting a granite top and some stone, so we got this sort of makeshift redneck island right now, but that's okay. We're gonna start out, we're on the bake setting at 375. We're gonna set our time for 25 minutes. That famous Ninja chime, and we're gonna get in these big bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs. Can I have a look at how it looks inside? It came with this really, really heavy-duty pan and this baking rack. Ow. Burned myself, good start. We're gonna get those in. And what we have in store for you today is we're gonna do smoked chicken nachos. We're gonna use the chicken from these thighs on our smoked nachos. We're gonna do pizza two ways, a homemade fermented dough pizza, a margarita style with some fresh basil from my garden, as well as a frozen pizza to show you the difference. It did come with a pizza stone, so we're gonna utilize that. We're also going to bake some brownies in here, and we're gonna do some roasted potatoes. So a little bit of variation on this product. We will go through, and maybe I could do that now, go through the measurements of it. Big product, 16.5 inches, plus the compartment for the wood fire smoked, and we're gonna use that as well later. And the depth on it is, and I'm eyeballing this with the handle, 23 inches deep, and it's roughly 15 inches high. Now I could tell you, and it's probably somewhere in the book, I could tell you with that heavy duty pan that came with it, I was really impressed. Probably weighs, what would you guess, Jamie? 3 to 5 pounds, that pan? Yep. With the pan inside the machine itself, I'm gonna guess it's like 35 pounds. That would be my guess. Very, very heavy, bulky to carry around. We did also order the cover for it and the pizza peel that we're gonna show you later. So there are accessories that you can get for it. Interestingly enough, this pizza oven, or outdoor oven I should have called it, sorry, will cook up to 700 degrees Fahrenheit. So it gets ripping hot. You'll see here the different settings: warm, dehydrate, smoker, bake, broil, specialty roast, max roast, and pizza. And what's interesting on the pizza setting, and we will show you that later, depending on the type of pizza that you're gonna cook, there's different settings. So a Neapolitan, sort of a thicker style pizza, has a higher cook temp and a higher cook length than a thin crust pizza. And we're gonna go through those as well. So really excited about this episode. I really think that you guys are gonna enjoy seeing this. Kind of a new color for Ninja. I don't even know, how would you even describe that? It's like an off red or an orange red maybe? Different, but it's a nice looking product. There's no sound to it at all. I was surprised though, not a air fryer. So a lot of the products that we review made by Ninja, it's a 12-in-1, an 11-in-1, 10-in-1, whatever. It's always air fryer, dehydrator, whatever. So this is just an oven. So bake, broil, pizza, that type of stuff, it's just an oven, not a air fryer, just so you know. So let's get these chicken thighs cooked. We'll give it some time to do that, and we'll come back and have a look at them. Okay, so we're nearing the end of our cook here. Full disclosure, I did add 5 more minutes to the cook. Wanted to kind of crisp up that skin a little bit and make sure they're cooked thoroughly, but they are looking good. So we're gonna open this up. I'm gonna try to do this without blocking out the camera totally. Grab some oven mitts so I don't burn myself. I'm gonna walk around here. Okay, so I think those look really, really nice. Skin seems crispy. We're gonna give those lots of time to cool off. That was the end of our cook. I'm gonna close the oven because we're gonna try to keep that heat in, keep it rolling, keep the cooks rolling here. So we've got some potatoes prepped inside. So we're gonna carry this chicken in inside, do a little switcheroo, get our potatoes in. Actually, the potatoes call for 700 degrees. So I'm gonna go temperature 700, as you can see, 700 degrees. Now I was reading in the book, and if you're a fan of the show, and we hope you are, you know we don't generally consult with the books very often.
I just read a book for nothing!
But on the Neapolitan pizza aspect, it talked about it's a 700-degree cook, and it said it could take upwards of 25 minutes to preheat to 700 degrees. So I found that a little bit concerning. I mean, 700 is high, but I mean, it's not that big. 25 minutes, I don't know. But as you can see, it's got the famous Ninja progress bar. So we're already on -4 of maybe 6 or 8 on the pre, because we just finished that cook. So I'll finish letting that get preheated. We'll go finish prepping our potatoes, and we'll come out and throw those in. All right, so we're at 700 degrees. It's telling us add food. As you can see here, we've got our potatoes cut up, a little bit of avocado oil, dried basil, dried oregano, salt and pepper. So let's get that in. And it says 8 to 12 minutes. I'm a little bit more on the crispy side generally, so hit start. I'm gonna go to time. So let's do 11 minutes, and we'll come and check them out. All right, so our potatoes are done, or 9 seconds they'll be done. Let's pop that open. Potatoes look fantastic. So let's close our door. Let's go to stay on the bake setting here. Gonna go temperature. Gonna get that way down to 350. So it's already telling us to add the food. Brownie mixture out of the box. We are not bakers. Vegetable oil, water, and an egg. And this mixture, there you have it. All right, so that's in now. Gonna hit start. Again, we don't know the box is inside. We don't know the cook time on this, but we're gonna guess 10 minutes to start. We're gonna run back inside and have a look and see what the cook time is. Yeah, we're a little disjointed here, but that's okay. It's working great so far. The potatoes, you could probably try one now. As you can see, nice color on them. Oh yeah, hot. They're cooked perfectly. 700 degrees. 700 degrees. Cooked throughout. Not as crispy as maybe I would like, probably because I like air fried potatoes, but they're really, really good. All right, so it turns out they had suggested 30 to 35 minutes on the bake for these brownies, so we did 30. The one thing I noticed, and maybe I haven't figured out how to do it properly yet, was when you set the time, we'll say, so let's just, so if we go time, so if you're in single, actually even in singles, you can only do, can you see that, Jamie? Only do 5-minute increments. So it's 20, 25, 30, 35. So you can't do 32 minutes. It's 5-minute increments. So, I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. Jamie, how do you feel about that? Like, I don't know if I love that.
It's not ideal. There doesn't seem to be any reason why they couldn't just
do single numbers, you know what I mean? Like 32 minutes, or, because in this case it was calling for 30 to 35 minutes, so I thought, well, I'll split the difference and I'll do 32. No, you're not doing 32. All right, so let's go over to our makeshift island here. So we'll do the toothpick check. I mean, in my household, my wife is the baker. I am not, but I mean, what are you even looking for in the toothpick check? Like, to me, it looks done. Looking for nothing. That's not nothing. So maybe it needs to go back in for a few more minutes. But wouldn't it?
But I'm not a baker.
Wouldn't it be better to be a little under and gooey brownie than over?
That's how gooey.
Well, there's almost nothing on that. Something about nothing. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna trust my gut here and say these are done. What we're gonna do next is, it came with this minuscule petite bag of pellets, and what we're going to do now is hopefully open these because I don't have scissors out here, is start the Woodfire pellets on the smoker setting here, because we want to do some smoked nachos. So they have a little tiny cup, so let's add some pellets, and much like if you've seen our video on the Woodfire outdoor grill, it's this little trap door that opens here. It's spring loaded. So I'm going to try to reach across my body here. Can you get that there, Jamie? So then we're going to come around and we're going to go Woodfire flavor. Hold on. So you see that illuminate, Jamie? Okay, then we're gonna hit start. So over time, shouldn't take that long, this little box should heat up and the smoke should start to smolder and should smolder in through the component of the oven, which they say will give it wood-fired flavor. I say with the outdoor grill, Woodfire outdoor grill that we did, we tested the Woodfire. Now I have a Traeger pellet fed smoker. I have a charcoal grill. I really, if I'm being honest, I'm not being critical of Ninja, I'm just being honest. If I'm being honest, I didn't notice any wood-fired flavor. Did you, Jamie? He did not.
Negligible.
Negligible, he says, a word I can't even spell. So I suspect it will be very, very similar, but it is a function, and not everybody has a Traeger or a pellet-fed smoker or anything like that. So it's a good option, even if the smoke flavor is subtle and mild. If you can still detect it, it's perfect for you. So really, it comes down to, it's not necessarily what I like or what I think, it's what works for you. So we haven't started to smoke yet on this.
Still says igniting.
Oh, still says igniting, Jamie tells me on the front of the grill here. So I'm gonna go in-house, fire up or build a big platter of nachos with the chicken from the thighs we did earlier in the video. Cover them with cheese, some salsa, and we're gonna smoke those into the oven. And then we're gonna switch gears and we're gonna get the pizza stone in the oven and we're gonna do 2 different kind of pizzas. Certainly smelling, I must say it smells amazing. You can see, Jamie, can you get in closer? You can see there's some char, I guess, on the pellets. Now the other thing with the pellets is once you commit to using them, you're using them for the whole cook. Like you can't, I guess you could turn off the wood fire, but they still will continue to smolder. So let's open this up and see. Okay, there's some smoke there. So as you can see here, we got a significant size platter of nachos here with the chicken that we smoked or that we cooked earlier, as well as a bunch of cheese, some salsa, and the jalapenos. So time-wise, probably 10 minutes, I would say. We'll give those a try. And actually, maybe what we'll do is we'll flip over to broil and just char that top a little bit or cook that top so it gives that little extra bit of crisp on those nachos. All right, so I don't know what the time is. We're getting close to the end of our 10 minutes here. I was just saying to Jamie, I don't see any smoke rolling out here, even this. So did that wood fire thing turn off? So let's go to broil. So let's have a look. So they look good. But again, I certainly didn't see, now we can't say for sure, unless this is on a timer, I didn't see much smoke coming out at all. Anyway, we've got it on broil. Let's just give these a little minute here to just crisp up. So there is elements, for your knowledge, there are elements on the bottom, sorry, on the top and on the bottom, which allows you to broil, which also should allow a good circulation of air. There is no fan in this, so it's not a convection oven, and there's no noise involved, but it definitely seems to bake thoroughly throughout everything that you're baking that we've experienced so far. All right, so we just did, roughly a minute, 30 seconds. I think it's something that's a matter of preference of how much you would like them crisped up on the top or broiled on the top. So let's give them, let's pull them out and have a look and we'll give them a try. So, I mean, they look fantastic. So while these are sort of cooling off so they're not molten lava here, we are going to put in for the first time our pizza stone. I should, for fun, because somebody might ask, measure it. Just over 12 inches by 12 inches. So about 12.5 inches square, roughly. So not a massive pizza, but a decent sized pizza. So we're gonna slide that in here. Sits in quite nice. And we're gonna start to preheat our stone because we're gonna do pizzas. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, and Jamie will be able to zoom in here, when you go to the pizza setting, Neapolitan 700 degrees, thin crust 550, New York style 475, pan 425, frozen, which is what we're gonna do next, 400, and then there's a custom setting. So if we go to frozen, will it allow us? Yes, so let's use our wood fire flavor. Frozen is saying 20 minutes. I don't know if it's gonna take that amount of time, but we're gonna preheat it in the meantime. So it's igniting our wood fire. As you can see, it's sort of dimming in and out or whatever. And then it's gonna start to heat up our stone. So let's try one of our nachos. A little bit of cheese here, a little jalapeno, a little jalapeno. Piece of chicken. Very good, very good. Cooked perfect. All right, so I'm not sure if, I don't know. I don't think we did it wrong, but it might have timed out or whatever, but you can see now, you see that there, Jamie? Like now we're got some smoke going on those pellets. Let's pop this open and see how it looks. So now you can see some smoke rolling out. So our pan or our stone is preheated. I'm not sure why on our nachos we didn't get that level of smoke. I'm not sure, I can't even fathom a guess. So this is just a Costco standard, like 12-inch frozen pepperoni pizza, as you can see. So we wanted to do the frozen setting to be able to show, because a lot of people don't want to make pizza from scratch. So I'm gonna try to put that in there, not burn myself. So that fit on there perfect. So let's do 17 minutes and just see, but I'm gonna check in the meantime. Like, I certainly don't want to burn it, but I'm happy to see we're getting some smoke rolling now. I don't know if we're gonna be able to taste that smoke in the pizza, but time will tell. All right, so the much anticipated brownie reveal. Self-admitted, made a mistake. Did not spray the inside of that glass Pyrex prior to putting the brownie mix in. So it was a little bit sticky to get out, but still turned out perfectly fine. Cooked thoroughly. It's more of a brownie crumble now, like it's not like a piece of brownie, but let's try it. It's fantastic. It turned out great. So the wood fire is actually, as you can probably see in the camera, maybe you can't, quite smoky, it's good. Jamie ordered this, I never said, Jamie ordered this was $3.99 US, $5.25, $5.27 I believe it was, Canadian. So not cheap, but works well. We are roughly 11 minutes into the cook on this, and in my view, it looks done. Now I must say this pizza peel, which is pretty slick, little Ninja one, not included with the price of the oven. Jamie, do you remember what you paid for this? $25, $30 bucks. A little bit of stick on the corner, there we go. So, the preset of 20 minutes would be way too long. As you can see here, we got a little bit of char. It's not a bad problem to have. For it to be a crispy pizza is quite nice. But a little bit, like I'd say 10 minutes probably would have been the perfect amount of time to cook this. But for a frozen pizza, I mean, definitely has some rigid, it's definitely rigid in places, so that's a good thing. Let's let that cool off. We're gonna give it a cut and try. In the meantime, I'm gonna turn off the smoke setting. I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna go back to pizza, and this time we're gonna go to New York style. Now this is only saying an 8-minute cook, 475. So we're gonna hit start. It's obviously gonna preheat. You can see our pizza stone still in there. All that smoke's rolling out. And this time we're actually gonna do a margarita pizza. I've got some beautiful basil growing in my garden that I wanna take advantage of. And we're gonna press out, it's a fermented dough. So it's been sitting for 2 days. Should be fantastic. So we're gonna get that pressed out, cut up this pizza, give it a try, and get that other pizza into the oven. So like Jamie says, you know, there's always trial and error. Like, it certainly looks charred around the outside, but you know, when I feel on the inside, it's a little soft in the middle, but I mean, the outside is certainly crispy. The undercarriage, not super dark. Well, let's try it. Contrary to what I said before, I can taste the smoke in this pizza, most definitely. And in a second, I'm gonna get Jamie to try this other little piece and see if he agrees, but I definitely taste it. So, even though at the beginning of the video, I said that we couldn't, which we couldn't, in the other product, the wood-fired grill, we certainly can in this pizza. Interesting. All right, so we're doing a margarita, which is a very basic pizza, but unbelievably flavorful if you like and appreciate the dough. This dough recipe was courtesy actually of Dan, our amazing editor, who's quite a pizza connoisseur, and he had taught me a little trick that I'm gonna use today. Now, I've never done it in this, but when I cook pizzas in my wood-fired pizza oven or in my traditional oven in my house, parchment paper for the first minute or two, just to make sure you don't have any sticking to your stone. And then you, and we'll show you, you slightly lift your pizza and pull out that parchment paper about a minute into your cook. So hopefully that's gonna work here. So we go in with our parchment and our pizza. There we go. You see I left a little bit of a lip here that we're gonna be able to grab onto. We're gonna hit start. We're at 475. It's set for 8 minutes, which is quite a bit less than the frozen. The frozen was 20 minutes. But anyway, let's give it 8 minutes let's give it probably 2 minutes, and then we're gonna pull our parchment. All right, so let's pull our parchment. Look how nice and high that dough is starting to rise. So we just give that a little push underneath. So there we go. So your parchment, if you're doing multiple cooks, you see here, reusable. Parchment obviously has a super high heat tolerance. I wish we could project smell through the camera. The smell on the dough is unbelievable, but let's have a quick look. I think it's probably gonna need a few more minutes. Yeah, so it's looking amazing. I mean, that dough, yeah. So let's hit start and let's bring our time down to, let's do 3.5 minutes. So funny, on the certain setting, on the bake setting, you can only do 5-minute increments. With this, you can actually do half a minute. Interesting. But yeah, let's give that last couple of minutes to cook and we'll have another look at it. So we ended up adding some time. Jamie and I both are more on the well done side that we normally like. What I did do, which we didn't catch on camera, but at one point I had spun the pizza around. But, molten lava right now, but the cook on it looks unbelievable. Would you agree, Gene? Yeah. That is a beautiful looking pizza. I certainly wouldn't want to get stuck in the middle of this right now, given the temperature of it, but I've got, as you can see here, some beautiful fresh basil from my wife's garden. We're gonna take advantage of that and use that on this beautiful margarita pizza. But I think we're gonna give this 5 to 10 minutes to cool down so that we can actually try it, enjoy it, and not burn our face off. Okay, so Jamie and I started this new scoring system. I say new, it's probably not as new as it was 3 or 4 months ago. We started the scoring system. We score on 6 categories. Price point, functionality, versatility, cleaning, size, and quality. So we started then putting, based on my brother's recommendation, of breaking those down actually in the video so people can understand how we came up with the scoring matrix based on a 10. So for this product, which we feel is probably one of the best, if not the best, product we've ever reviewed for what it does and how well it functions, the price was the only thing that didn't score super high for us because it's not cheap, like $400 US, $527 Canadian. It's not a cheap product, but what's cheap anymore, right? Everything's super expensive. So we gave it a 7.4 out of 10. The functionality, we thought it functioned really well. I really liked the display panel, the large knobs, the large screen, very, very easy to use, not tricky whatsoever. So the functionality was an 8.4. The versatility, Jamie had made up the point saying if this was also an air fryer on top of being a pizza oven and a traditional oven that you can bake in, maybe it's a perfect score. So it's missing that air fryer function, which I agree with Jamie would be handy outside, sitting poolside like we are here today in the rain, or in your backyard or whatever, to be able to do all these different things. So maybe they will add that in a future generation of this product. But for now, we gave that also an 8.4. Cleaning, if you're only doing pizzas in this, the cleaning, you never really have to clean anything. Your pizza stone, I don't think you would ever have to clean. That really heavy duty pan, if you throw some foil down, easy cleanup. So the cleaning, 8.7. The size, I think it's a good size. It's heavy to move around, so it's not something you're gonna wanna lug around all the time. But Jamie said, especially in our climate here in Canada, in the winter, you gotta store it somewhere, so it's a big item that you have to store. So we gave it an 8 even. And then the quality is fantastic. It's heavy duty, probably, Jamie said, the best quality product, especially of Ninja, of anything we've reviewed thus far. Everything seems to be built Tonka tough, really, really nice. So we gave that a 9.3. So overall, that brings us to an overall score, an average kitchen overall score of 8.4. which we think is a really good score for a product that we were really, really impressed with, especially coming off the heels of last fall, the fall of 2022, when we reviewed the wood-fired outdoor grill. It didn't blow us away. We weren't really that impressed with it. It wasn't that great. This product, we're really impressed with. It's worked extremely well. It's functioned exactly how we expected it to function. It's fantastic. And one other point that Jamie brought up on one of our breaks that I hadn't mentioned yet, for outdoor use only. Just, you probably assume that, but just so you know. So our pizza, let's have a look here. So again, got some beautiful fresh basil, margarita style pizza. We're just gonna sort of throw on some basil. You'll find too, if you're kind of new to the margarita style pizza, you want your pizza to cool a little bit before you throw your fresh basil on, or it just gets really kind of soggy and soaks up some of the residual oil from your cheese or whatever on top. It's just less than ideal. So let's cut into this. Nice crisp, real nice. Okay, so if we can, Jamie, undercarriage.
Good.
Looks good. Looks nice. Let's try it. Like I said, the simplicity of a margarita pizza, especially if you have a really good tomato base, it's unbelievable. Let me try a piece with some basil here. It's fantastic. Really, really good. So final thoughts. Like Jamie asked me, like, would you buy this? If I didn't have a wood-fired pizza oven, I would definitely buy this, and I would probably only do pizzas in it. It cooked an amazing, amazing pizza. Really impressed. But that's our video. We really hope you liked it. We really appreciate you watching, and if you want to support us, the best way to support us is to subscribe. Hit the notification bell, check out some of our other videos, leave us a comment. We love hearing from you, and we love hearing where you're from. World traveler here, just back from Italy and Croatia within the last couple weeks. Love that part of the world. But let us know where you're from. We'd love to hear from you. That's our video. We hope you liked it, and we'll see you on the next one.